Assalamu alaikum everyone. I hope you guys are doing okay because it's Ramadan time and it's like in the afternoon near. Okay, so I will not hold you guys for too long. Okay, I will show some techniques today. I think Madam shared one tutorial video for last week or before last week. I don't exactly remember. So hopefully you have a basic idea of like how to turn on Adobe Animate and how to test out a movie or how to play a movie. But if you don't, it's okay. I think I'll show it to you. So in today's class, I will show how to create a button, how to add actions to the button, how to create shapes. Obviously, I'm going to use shape tool, so it's not like I have to use shapes. So we are going to use tween. So what is tweening? How to use tweening of an object, and how to connect the buttons and tweening together. Okay, so for the first assignment, uh, as madam mentioned to me, so there will be like a combination of button and motion tweening. So I didn't actually come up with any assignment yet, but it will consist these two techniques. So I'll show you these two techniques today, and later yeah, it will be similar to what I do today. Okay, maybe next week I'll publish. I still have to discuss with madam about the assignments because I'm not gonna go do the assignments. She's gonna instruct on what to give. Okay, okay. So let's start. I'll share my screen. Screen. Okay. And the class will be recorded. Yeah. So if you have any problem following or if you want to watch it later, all the links to the classes will be available on the Google Classroom, as well as the instructions uh, and everything. Yeah, you can always refer back to the video, and make sure to sign the attendance. Yeah, because there's marks on participation, as I mentioned before. Just sign. Yeah, if you're here, just sign. Okay, so let's go. So I'm gonna go and use Animate 2022. This is the latest one, but as far as I remember, 2021, the red one is also similar to this one. Okay, so let's just open this one. Okay. So usually when you have Adobe Animate, obviously you don't have license, right? Because the university don't provide any license, so you have to use a crack. So the interface will depend on the crack you're using. So the one I'm using, uh, okay, so the one I'm using, when you turn it on, it starts blank like this. Okay, but usually the new tab will open once you open the animate. Okay, so if this tab doesn't show up, you can go to file and select new. Okay, so let's just select the default HD 1280 times 720, or you can go full HD. It's up to you. Okay, this one is just resolution, and make sure you have the ActionScript 3.0. Yeah, this one is used for the buttons, so we want to use ActionScript 3.0. So let's hit create. Is it recording? Yeah, I think it's recording. Okay, so when you open the animate, you will see an interface like this. Okay, where this is your artboard, and this is your layers, similar to any video editing software. On the bottom, these are your layers. Okay, On the right hand side, these are your properties library, like what layers you have, what elements you have, what symbols you have, everything, and the properties of them. You can change colors and everything. And on the left side, you have the tools, the basic tools, like this one, select and shapes, text. Okay, so yeah, basic tools. So Adobe Animate has a very basic user interface. Yeah, it's kind of easier than, you know, when you start learning Photoshop or Illustrator. The tools are similar, not similar. The tools are very little, but the amount of creativity you can use is like infinite in the Adobe Animate. Okay, so I'm not gonna, you know, draw anything or do some animation. I'm just gonna go ahead with the basic symbols and shapes. Then later it's up to you, yeah, if you want to use your creativity or not. Okay, so first thing is when you look at the bottom, you see there's something called layer 1. Yeah, so this is the first layer or an empty layer where we, whatever you do here, okay, so let's just select a rectangle from here. Okay, you can right click here and select something else also. Okay, just to show, so let's just put a rectangle here. So as you can see on the frame, there is a black dot, which means there are some objects or something you have drawn in this frame. Okay, so this is what layer 1 the frames means. So each frame, okay, so let's just insert. Okay, so there are no frames here, right? So let's just insert keyframe here. So as you can see, the first keyframe has a black dot because there's something inside you have drawn. Okay, and the second keyframe, which I right click and insert keyframe. Okay, the second keyframe is blank because there's nothing in the artboard. Okay, so I just put an oval. So as you can see now, there's a black dot here as well. Okay, so the layers, when you draw something, it will show that there's a black dot, means there's something drawn on the artboard. Yeah, okay, so as other things, you hit Ctrl Z, it just goes back. Okay, or removes the things. Okay, so that's the first thing about the artboard and the layer. Okay, and the second thing is, okay, so here as you can see, there's each of these boxes. I think I'll just share the link again. Okay, where is it? Okay, so whoever joined can sign. Yeah, make sure to sign your attendance. Okay, so let's go back. Okay, in the layer, okay, there are small boxes. So each of these boxes are one frame. Okay, on the upper line, you can see there's words like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So each of these are like a pointer. So this 5 means there's 5 frames. It's like a ruler. Okay, then there's 10 frames. This is frame number 15, 20, 25. It's like a ruler, so that you don't have to manually count how many frames do you have. Okay, and the topmost bar on this part says 1s, 2s, 3s. So this is 1 second, 2 second, 3 second. So basically in a good animation, you need 30 frames per second. You see 30 fps, but when you play games, you see 60, 120 fps, 165 fps and things. But in animation, the standard is I don't exactly remember the number. It's like 29 point something, but the standard when you're animating is 30. Okay, so each second you must have 30 frames per second. So how to actually draw something in 30 frames? Okay, so in 1 second, even though we have 30 frames, it's yeah, you can do 1 by 1 frames. Okay, that's obviously the best way to do it. Okay, so but when we are doing when we're learning animation, it's very hectic to like do one frame by 1 frame. So if let's say the requirement is 8 seconds or 10 seconds animation, so you have to do 300 frames. for that. So you have to individually draw 300 frames, which is very troublesome, right? So you can use onion skin. Okay, let's not go there. Okay, so the shortcut, which I want to show is, for example, let's say you want to have 3 frames, or you want to have 3 frames only in each second. So how we do that? After the 30 seconds, okay, so this is the 30-second mark. You see this box, the frame, the color is different, it's under the ruler 30. Okay, so after the 30 I insert a blank keyframe. Okay, so all this, the whole thing becomes 1 frame. So right now whatever you draw in this frame, like oval or something, this thing will play for 1 second, and this 1 frame will act as 30 frames. Okay, so basically 1 second 1 frame. Okay, but 1 second 1 frame is like, it's gonna lag a lot. It's gonna look really bad. So what we can do is we select this frame. Okay, right click, and then we go to convert to frame by frame animation. Yeah, so here there are options: keyframes, each frame. So it will divide each frames as 1 keyframe. So there will be like 30 frames inside this 1 frame, which we don't want to do. Okay, keyframe every other frame. So there will be like 2 frames for each frame. So in 1 second there will be 15 frames if you do. So every third frame there will be like 10 frames. Okay, every fourth. So in custom we can say every 3 frames is equal to 1 frame. Okay, so there will be like 10 frames in 1 second. Okay, let's hit OK. As you can see, I have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 frames, and each of these frames consists of 3 keyframes, as I said before. Okay, so you can hit play. Right now all of them are in the same place. Okay, so that's how we divide keyframe and manage time in keyframe. Okay, so that's framing. Okay, then we go there, object, circle. Yeah, I think if I want to show both button and twinning, it's gonna take a long time. Okay, let's see. Okay, so this is called layer 1, and here as you can see there's a plus, with which we can add new layers. For now, let's just create an animation of 3 seconds. Okay, so after 3 seconds, how to create this? After 3 seconds, I click here and insert a blank keyframe. So all this is 1 frame right now. I right click this one. Okay, and okay, just don't divide right now. I don't want to divide. I just want to show buttons, so it doesn't matter if it's the same. Okay, so let's go here on the tools and right click on the shapes. Like you might have rectangular or something else, so just choose right click and choose, and let's just create a rectangle here. Just the color, make it a bit different. So yeah, this one is the color too. Okay, so I think most of you have already taken creative design. So this Adobe Animate is like, yeah, these tools are very basic. So let's just say play. Okay, play. This one, make it black. Okay, so this one I think from properties. Yeah, so yeah, you just select the text. So under the properties tab you see a thing called fill. Fill is the color of the text, and then there's character, the fonts, the regular, the size, the point difference. Okay, so just make it black for now. Okay, this one is the select tool, or you can use V. You can press V to select. Yeah. Okay, So right now what I did is I added a rectangular, okay, and then I added a text. So right now as you can see, this whatever I select, it's not a single thing, yeah. So you can select only this part and then move this part, okay. So this rectangular is like part by part right now. So we don't want that. We want this whole thing to act as one symbol or one button. To do that, we have to select the whole thing, okay. So we select the whole thing with the text, okay. Then right click, convert to symbol, or you can hit F8. My keyboard doesn't have function keys, yeah, so I'm gonna use the mouse, but you can hit F8, so it will convert this to a symbol, okay. So under symbol, as you can see, there are different kinds of symbol: movie clip, button, graphic. So to yeah, as we're trying to show button, obviously we're going to choose button. Movie clip is like for an object that you want to animate, yeah. So let's just hit button, and this is the registration. So this is I put center, the registration. You can give it any name, the symbol, okay. Just hit OK. So right now as you can see, this whole thing you cannot select individually anymore. This whole thing is a one symbol right now, and this is acting as a button, okay. So using the button in Adobe Animate, you can do a lot of things. You can go to another frame and play. You can use it to pause. You can use it to yeah, as I said, play, and you can use it to navigate different scenes, different layers. You can do a lot of things with buttons, okay. So this is the basic of a button. You create a rectangular, you add some text to it, you select the whole thing, you convert it to symbol, you right click, you convert it to symbol, okay. And then you select under symbol, there will be like movie clip, button. So you select button and then hit OK. So now our button is ready, but yeah, our button is ready, but what do we do with our buttons, right? Okay, so let's just create another layer, okay. So in this layer I'm gonna create, so the first second it will be blank, or just say, let's say, okay, not first second, okay, from frame 2, okay, insert a blank keyframe. Let's say hit control, from frame 2 hit insert. Okay, so as you can see in layer 2, in the first frame I make it blank, okay, and in the second frame, okay, I select the second frame. Now I'm drawing on the second frame, okay. So I just say hi, how are you, okay. Let's just do this, okay. From the timeline you can see, I'm not sure you can see, it's zoomed in, I hope, okay. So here in the layer 2 we have our button. In the sorry, in the layer 1 we have our button. In the layer 2 the first frame is empty, and from the second frame it says hi, how are you, okay. So what we want to do is we want to add a action to this button, which will make it, when I press play, it will go to the second frame, okay. So hi, how are you will show up, because normally it will not show up, right? Okay, so for that we have to go actions. So actions is you select on any layer, it's up to you. So you go to a layer, right click, actions, okay. So this action is quite important, as we're going to use this a lot for your project, for your assignment, for your lab test and everything, okay. So hopefully you can understand the action. I will repeat this part more later on, so you don't have to worry. You can also look back on this recording. I'll show this also in other assignments, lab demonstrations, okay. So actions is very important. So I right click, action, okay. In action here you can see add using wizard and pin script, insert instance, and then code snippet. Code snippet is the one that we're going to use because to add some kind of action or some kind of properties to a button, you need to have a code, or you need to write a code in Adobe Animate. But the Adobe Animate made it very easy using the code snippets. Okay, so the code snippet, you double click, this thing pops up. So here all the things you need to code are already here, but there are some advanced codes obviously which can be found online. So you can, if you think that the codes here, the auto generated codes here are not enough but for what you want to do, you can search on the Adobe forums, and you can find the actual codes or the actual the advanced codes. But here the basic or simple ones which we are gonna need are here already. So let's go to action script. Okay, action script, timeline navigation. Okay, so under here you can see stop at this frame, click to go to frame and stop, click to go to frame and play, click to go to frame and stop. So all these codes of a simple button are given here already. Okay, so the way I did my animation right now, as you can see, in the first frame there's only play, the button. From second frame, hi how are you is here until the last frame. Okay, let's just insert until the last frame in 3 seconds. But I don't have any kind of stop or anything. Okay, let's test it as it is now. Okay, so after you do an animation and you want to test your animation, or you want to like test your buttons and functions, you go to control, then select test scene. Okay, if you hit play here, it will just play the animation, the movements and everything. But if you want to test all the functions, you go to control, test scene. Okay, so as you can see, there's no delay of hi how are you is automatically coming. And when you see a flicker, it means that the 3 second is over and the thing is playing over and over again. Okay, because there's no stop, so it's like repeating itself. 3 seconds, it's constantly repeating, and each flicker is like another cycle. Okay, so what we want to do is, firstly we hit right click here, we go to action. Okay, we go to code snippet, action script, actions. Okay, not actions, timeline navigation. So right now we are at the first frame. Okay, we select stop at this frame. So the first code we use is stop. So let's just let's try what is this. Okay, control test scene. Okay, so this time you can see the animation is stopped at frame 1. It's not going to frame 2 because I put the code there that it should stay at frame 1 and stop, and there are no further instructions. So it will stop on frame 1 and it will not play the rest of the frames. You can do it on later on frames as well, like after 2 seconds you put stop, so the frames after 2 seconds will not play. Okay, so let's go back to code. So right now I have stopped the code here in play. The next thing I want to do is when I hit play, I want to go to frame 2 where it says hi how are you and play this clip. How do I do that? When I'm in a blank canvas. Okay, so if I hit here, I think actions. Okay, I want to use this code which is called click to go to frame and play. Okay, if I double click on this one, as you can see, like before the stop I double click, the code already generated in there, right? But when I hit click to go to frame and play, it doesn't show because it says here this action requires an object to be selected. You have to select a button that's gonna do the work for you. When you have the code snippet open and this action open, you can also select anything from the artboard. So I select this button, play, and then select this. So right now it says the selected symbol requires an instance name. So instance name is for the code it will auto generate. If you hit OK, it will auto generate. So here, as you can see, the instant name for this is called button 1. You can manually add instance name. Okay, I'll show you. It's here, I think. So I just select this button, and the next here, the instance of symbol 1, this thing, you can change it to button 7, or you can say play. So this is the instance name with which the code will call the function. Okay, so let's go back to the frames code. Okay, so this is the second auto generated code that I use, which is called click to go to frame and play. And here the code is saying, this code you don't have to understand. All you have to see is the part inside the function. It says go to and play 5. So 5 means frame number 5, but we want to use frame number 2, so we're gonna say 2. Okay, there's no need to save or anything, you just say 2. Okay, now let's test this if it's working or not. So I hit test screen, and as you can see, I used the stop and it stopped at scene 1. I hit play. Here we are already in frame 2, and as when it flickered, the 3-second time finished, and now we are back at frame 1, and we stop because there is a stop code. We can also select the last keyframe here, okay, and go to action, code snippet, action script, timeline, stop at this frame. So what this will do is control just movie. Wait a minute here. It's kind of lagging, I guess. So I hit play. The thing comes up, and the last. Oh, okay. So sorry. The stop, I put it here. As you can see, I put the stop on top of a blank keyframe. Okay, so it goes to the blank keyframe and then it stops. We don't want that. We want it on the last keyframe, right here. So just put it here, timeline, stop at this frame. Okay, so when you add an action, the action will show on top of that frame. So the action of stop is on frame 90, yeah. These are blank. You can also, like, these are blank keyframes here, so you can also say clear frames, or I think it's called remove frames. Yeah, remove frames. So this frame is like there are no more animation here, so I just remove these frames, or you can hit shift F5 to remove frames. So this is the last frame right now. Okay, let's just test this thing. Okay, so yeah, this time it's not repeating, as you can see. So if I hit play again, yeah, it's gonna go to frame 2, obviously. Okay, so what we did here, firstly we created a button, we created a layer with different text, then we added action stop on the first frame, here. You can hit right click on any frame and hit action. Okay, so here, as you can see, action frame 1 is stop, and then the button has the code to go to and play frame 2, and the second thing is on the last frame. I put the action stop. This will stop the animation from repeating itself. In the code snippet, you can go through the actions, but usually what we're going to use is timeline navigation, like click to go to frame and stop, play, and click to go to scene and play. So this one is very important, as this one will be used in your final project. Click to go to scene and play. I'll show scenes later, and there are many more things: animations, load, unload, audio, video. Okay, these are, yeah, because from what I remember, I don't know if you take multimedia with I forgot her name. There was just like one other lecturer than Madam Mona. So if you take with her, you have to make a game with Adobe Animate. So there, when you make a game with Adobe Animate, you really have to. Yeah, I think it's Madam Suhaila bin Isamsi. I think so. I did
Yes,
multiple.
yes.
Okay. So there you have to use all these buttons. So if you take with her, you already are very good at buttons. You have to make a whole game with Adobe Animate. Okay, so in animation, it will be more on animation techniques uh, rather than yeah, it's almost similar like that. Okay, so today I tried to show layers, I tried to show actions and buttons. So I hope these three are okay because it's like 4 5. Okay, I want to take like half an hour classes or like 45 minutes, as long as we can finish, because I don't want to show motion twin today, or maybe I should. Okay, I'll show motion tuning in like 5 minutes, but I will show it in depth in next class. Okay, so today I'll just give you a brief about what is tuning. I'll not show tuning today, just a brief, and then yeah, we'll be done for today. So today we learned button, action, layer. Obviously you can double click on the layer and change the layer name, right? You see button layer. So this will be helpful when you have like 15-20 layers, so you should have names, so it will be easier for you to identify. So what is tuning or motion tuning? So as you can see in Adobe Animate, so it's like frame by frame animation, right? So it's like 1 frame, 2 frame, 3 frame. So let's just create a layer. So this one you have to like I just show you, yeah. So later I'll show you in details. This one just okay. So here is a layer. Let's go to 2 seconds. So I just create a blank keyframe. In this frame, just create a circle. Okay, I want to make it a bouncing ball basically, and then I right click, I convert this to frame by frame animation, keyframe, every other frame. So every 2 frame is like 1 keyframe here for this animation, so it's like 30 frames in 2 seconds. If I want to make it a bouncing ball, okay, firstly let's just select this ball, okay, and then convert it to a shape. So in this movie clip, so right now I want to like move this one, okay, so that's why I want to select movie clip instead of button. Movie clip, hit okay. So right now it's a object. Okay. I have to do it before like dividing the frames, or else have to do it for all. Symbol. Symbol. Okay, convert to frame by frame, every other frame. Okay, so now if I want to, let's say, bounce this ball, so for the first 2 frames it stays on this place. For the 3rd and 4th frames I want to put this a little bit down. For this you can use this one, onion skin. So what onion skin does is it shows you the position of the previous animation. So as you can see, the blurred one is the position of like frame 1 and 2. Okay, so here this is 3 and 4. After that I can go like here, this is the next one, then next one. Okay, so onion skin I think is showing, yeah, so like this, and then like this. Okay, so every 2 frames I'm moving manually, okay, the whole thing. So what this does is, as this is made by, this is a human modification or like human readjust, so there will be, it's almost impossible to make it like the same difference every single time when you have like a 30-minute video or like 15 minutes animation. So there will be like a little bit of difference in each change of each frames. Okay, so the difference between the last 2 balls and the balls in here, so there will be a little bit difference. So this creates a visual shutter something. Okay, I don't know what it's called, but when you look at it, it looks bad. Okay, and you can clearly see that there's like some kind of like this animation is not smooth. Okay, let's just play this. Okay, let me see. So if you play I'm sorry, there's message. I'm sorry. So if you play, okay. So let's just go here, test movie. So as you can see, the moving is not that smooth. Okay, obviously because I did it manually. So this is one way of doing it using onion skin. So if you have a character, you can use onion skin, and you can see the position of the previous one, and then you can move your character to the new scene. So this is one way of moving a single symbol or single object. So the better way, or the one way that everyone normally uses, is, let's just delete this layer. Okay, so in this layer I just create okay, I'll show you how easy this is. So I draw a circle, I select this, convert to symbol, movie clip. Okay, okay, right click. As you can see, it's already there. It says create classic tween or create motion tween. So classic tween is like manual movement of like frame by frame. Okay, so it's like you go here, this is the first frame. Okay, so you go after 10 frame, it will go here. Okay, so after 20 frame, it will go here. I think motion tween works like this. So let's try this. As you can see, the difference is you can see the smoothness or the difference when I use onion skin. Okay, I can turn it off, but if I turn on the onion skin, you can see the difference between each frame is the same, exact same. So the animation looks a lot more smoother than the one you do manually. Okay, this is called classic tween. You can do like seconds, like 45, then you go to 50, you change it to here, then you go to 60, you put it here, 70, you go here, 80, go here. It's up to you. Yeah, so every you can go anywhere. So let's just play this. So this one is like classic tween. So this is a little bit manual. You have to go to a frame to select the movement. This is one of the tween, motion tween. Okay, so let's just delete this layer. I'm gonna show you the other tweening. Okay, I just draw a circle. Oh, select, convert to symbol. This time we're gonna use motion tween. Oh, this one is in. Okay, the motion tween is a system of onion skin. Motion tween, this one. Okay, so here you can see the motion is created for you. It's like, how to say, it's a line which you can change at any second. Instead of going frame by frame, you can just drag it from here. So I just want to drag it like this, let's say. Okay, so the ball will go like this. Let's just put it here. You can put it here, thing. So you can, yeah, basically you can, sorry, you can change the frame of where it will like bend or what it will do instead of going frame by frame. So this is called, I think this is called motion tween. Yeah, so the class, there's one thing is classic tween and the other one is motion tween. So yeah, you can modify the way your circle moves. So let's try this one. So let's hit play. So you can see it's tracking the line. Okay, this is like, okay, let's just remove frame. And there's like unnecessary frames here. Frames. Okay, so this is a different one where you don't have to go to keyframes, select a keyframe and change. In motion tween, in classic tween, you select a frame and then you change where you want the object to be. In motion tween, you go on the first frame. Okay, I'll just go back. On the motion tween, you go to the first frame and then you go to the last frame and select your final position. Okay, so there will be a automatic like straight line to your first position to your final position, and then you can change your position based on how you want. You hover the mouse around the line, you see a little curve black bar, right? So this curve, when it comes, you can change this one. Okay, so that's all to be there in tweening. Tweening is very easy. It's just you just create a symbol, use it using movie and then I just hit remove classic tween. Okay, you right click the object, create classic tween or motion tween. So classic tween is like a bit manual, but it's up to you whichever motion tween you want to use. uh, Classic tween has like more control of how many frames you want, but motion tween, it's difficult to, like, let's say you want the ball to change its position every 5 frames. So if you use motion tween, it's gonna be a bit difficult in motion tween. But in classic tween, you can go to frame 5, change, and then go to frame 10, change 15, change 20. Yeah, it's like that. So that's all for tweening. So today I tried to show you layers, how to create keyframes, how to create like divide keyframes. Instead of 30 frames per second, we use like 10 frames per second. And then button, how to go play a button, how to use a button, action of stop, and button script. I think there's a lot of things for one day if you don't know, if you're not familiar with Adobe Animate. So I think I'll stop at this. If you have any questions, and for now there's no assignment or anything, yeah, so just yeah, you can try it out if you want. But later, the first assignment, it will consist of what madam told me. It will require you to use button and tweening. Okay, so it might be like the ball will be there, so when you click the button, the ball starts to bounce, and then when you click the button, the ball will stop bouncing, and then there will be a reset button to reset. So something like that. Button and tweening will be like the first assignment. So that's gonna be all for today's class. So if you have signed the attendance, please, I have shared the link to our Google Classroom. Please join the Google Classroom, and if you have signed, you can leave, and if you have any questions, I'm here, you can ask me. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.